This is Walt Disney World Today. Give us 5 minutes and we'll give you the world.
It's Friday, October 6th, 2006, and this is episode number 162 of Walt Disney World Today. I'm Matt Hochberg from mgmstudios.org. Mr. Matt, known better as Mike Newell of Mouse World Radio, is here. Welcome, Mike.
Hi, Matt. How are you?
Outstanding. And Eddie Van Halen's second cousin, twice removed, is here. Len Testa, the unofficial guide to Walt Disney World. Welcome, Len.
I thought you were going to say fresh from his dust-up with Paris Hilton.
Oh.
Oh, nice, Len.
Thanks.
And back in Walt Disney World, again, in less than a month, is Mike Scopo of MousePlanet.com. Welcome, Mike.
Hey, Matt, why don't you introduce our special guest, then come back to me?
Oh, wait, I got to say first, unemployment really agrees with you, Scopo.
And our special guest today is the one, the only, Deb Wills of All Ears Net, which is available online
everybody.
Hi, Deb.
Hello.
Deb's website, of course, is All Ears Net, which is available online at allearsnet.com. And although we already introduced him, pretend we didn't. It's Mike Scopo of MousePlanet.com. Welcome, Mike.
Thank you, Matt. I don't have a podcast opening tonight. I wanted to use my my opening time to just thank all the great donations I've gotten for Race for the Cure. I've been checking all these other people who are raising money, and everybody's doing a great job. But one of the things that I really love about the total that I have there, it's not the amount, but it's the number of people who have been so gracious, with their money. And I've been getting closer and closer to that 100 mark. I've got almost 80 people who have stepped up to the plate, and I just want to thank everybody who has done that. And Deb knows that I get a little emotional sometimes, and I just wanted to take the time to thank everybody. And also, rather than have a podcast opening, I wanted to read something that I got today here at Scopa Towers from one of our listeners who I won't use his real name, but we all know and love him as JPenguin150. He sent me a fax, and I wanted to read the fax. So this is the opening. He wrote a little poem, and this is how it goes. He says, "The podcast makes me laugh. Mouse Planet makes me smile. Here is a letter for you for when you run those miles. This is for all your knowledge and insight as well. Have a fun time this week. Don't forget to say hi to Belle. Lou might have his trivia and Len his website and book, but because of your love of Disney, I too am hooked. Some people say you're crazy. Some people say you're old. But I think you're just swell and as valuable as gold. Have a fun time while you're running and an all-around great trip. Oh, Scopa, you are my hero. So for me, have a tasty Dole Whip." So I want to thank Jay for that little poem. And
Dr. Seuss is rolling over in his grave right now.
Dr. Seuss is rolling over in his grave. So thank you, Jay, and thank you, everyone. And when I thank everyone, I also include my cohorts here on the show. I thank each and every one of you. So let's hope that everyone's generosity is going to work towards doing something with this demon we call breast cancer.
Yeah.
Very nice facts.
As a 20-year breast cancer survivor, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for not only participating in the race, but raising funds now and raising awareness. And you rock, buddy. Thank you so much for everything you're doing.
Thanks, Deb. I love you.
Same goes here from a family that's new to this, Mike. Thank you for everything.
Yep. My pleasure.
Well, on today's show, we're talking about the early beginnings of Year of a Million Dreams. So we've got some early feedback, some things that have happened already, some things that still haven't happened. Mike Scope, why don't you start us off?
Many of you may have already seen the video that's been roaming around the internet of the Spangler family. The Spangler family were given one of the dreams, and the dream was to have the Magic Kingdom to themselves. I'm not sure exactly when they were awarded the dream, but I know that the video that is being shown took place yesterday morning. They were brought to the Magic Kingdom, and they were told to walk up the red carpet and listen for their name, and sure enough, as you see in the video, they are welcomed to the Magic Kingdom, and at that point, there are cast members and characters who are inside the shops on both sides of Main Street USA, and they were given the cue to just rush and greet them and things like that. So that was the first surprise. And then, of course, they were given concierge level service to all the attractions. And what happened was that they were brought to Tomorrowland first. They were given their run of Tomorrowland, and as they finished Tomorrowland, they moved on to Fantasyland. Once they moved on to Fantasyland, the general public was brought into to Tomorrowland, and then gradually that family, they had their run of every land, and then sometime, I think around 1 o'clock, I guess the park was open to everybody. Now, besides that, there were other things going on. I know that yesterday there was a dream awarded to someone in MGM Studios, and this is how it went. I'm not sure as to which attraction it was, but from what I understand, the person who was given this $500 shopping spree in MGM happened to be sitting in a certain seat in a certain attraction at a certain time. So the cast member who was given the task of, or the Dream Squad member who was given the opportunity to grant this dream was told, when you see someone sitting in this seat as of 3 o'clock, it could have been like seat number 8, like second row on the left side of elevator B in Tower of Terror or whatever it was, you get to go up there and give that person their dream, and that particular dream was a $500 shopping spree. Now, there are also other things going on, like there's a lot of golden fast passes being given out, and those fast passes they look like long blue tabs, and they allow the guest to use that for every attraction in the park for that day. But I believe it can only be used once per attraction.
Yeah,
right.
Very much like I think they do at Universal Studios and Isles of Adventure. So that kind of stuff is going on, as well as these smaller dreams. There are a lot of little things that they're doing for children, like little parades in stores and stuff like that. So I think it's off to a pretty good start. I do think that there are some growing pains out there. I do think that they have a little more work to do before this thing really gets humming. And I think it has a lot to do with, the castle's going to be ready, and they're working on the Cinderella, the suite in the castle, and I believe that's going to be ready in December maybe, or maybe January. So I think that October and November they're going to be trying out a few things, but it's up and running. And the nice thing about this is that it's true, it's very random. I've checked with a lot of the cast members, and they said yes, it is a random thing. You don't have to have, you don't have to be a family of 4. It can be anybody getting any of these dreams. So that's encouraging. It looks pretty cool. Yeah, I think it's going to be exciting. Yeah.
I think for like what was that family that won it? What was their name?
Spangler family.
Yeah. See, I think when you say it's random, I think you're giving Disney too much credit there. I think they're saying the first family of 4, the first family that fits our marketing plan that walks in.
That could be true.
I believe that there are the lower level gifts like the fast passes and the thing you were describing at MGM. Certainly that's accurate. Whoever sits there, because that's just a one-time thing. But I think for the upper level gifts, the upper echelon of them, I can definitely see them targeting.
So Matt, you're saying that neither you nor I.
No, we'll never win it.
You're saying that we wouldn't win the DVC one then?
No, yeah. We wouldn't win the DVC. We wouldn't win the park to ourselves. The Cinderella's Castle, I don't think we'd have a shot at. I think we're looking at the Golden Fast Pass and things they give out to everybody, kind of the crowd pleasers.
That's interesting you would say that, Matt, because that's pretty contrary to what I've been hearing. I actually spoke to several Dream Squad members over the weekend when they were explaining that it truly is random, and as Mike was stating, with who's sitting in the third left seat on Rock and Roller Coaster at this particular time, this particular squad doesn't know when they get these medium to high gifts, medium to large gifts, that they don't know until about 5 or 10 minutes before where they're going to go. And it really is random, as best that I can.
Well, this is what I'm gonna first, based on the video I saw of the Spangler family, the first one that was awarded it. It looks way too marketing driven thing. Until I see, honestly,
the cynicism creeps into Hotchberg's voice.
I know. I'm saying until I see like a the ugliest people you've ever seen get picked, and there's like 2 of them, and just totally,
no kids.
Yeah, nothing that would ever go on a marketing thing, but yet Disney still obviously promotes it. I don't believe it, because the Spangler family, when you win those upper echelon things, it says in the rules, they don't spring it on you like that guy in the second seat on Tower of Terror like Scopo was talking about. They say in the rules they're going to pull you out and say it privately, for part of the reason also because if you're the guy right behind him, I think I would be kind of annoyed. It's like, it would tick me off, I think. I'm just thinking, until I'm proven otherwise, I could see them I don't see them giving out the top gifts to non-marketing inspired people. I don't know.
What you're saying that is you're saying that you're saying that those dreams, which they can use as a marketing tool in advertisements, commercials, promotions, probably will be going to those guests which they can, and I hate to use this term, but they can use to promote the resort.
Absolutely.
Maybe something like the Grand Marshal of the parade would be another example.
Yeah, another great example.
Yeah, you're not going to get a biker with a ponytail, and a tattoo that says "Mom," on his bicep.
This is sort of like the I think it's called the anthropic view of the universe, which says that there must be a way for the universe to develop intelligent life because we're sitting here thinking about whether there's intelligent life in the universe, right?
Okay.
So here's the thing, Hotchberg. If you look at the Disney commercials and all you see is pretty people, what if they only pick from the winners the people who are the most photogenic, right? So suppose there's like 10 people who win, a particular prize, and of those 10, they pick like the 2 families that are the most photogenic. Then the prettiest people would appear in the ads, and you would never know.
Well, I'm out
right.
then.
But I'm basing my observations off what I've seen so far. That's because I can't speculate on.
You've lived in the big city too long. too much cynicism. But are you saying if you want to see someone as ugly as us on TV?
That's right.
and
I want to see you, Len.
Then you'll know. Then you'll know.
But I see Len Testa on there with Christina giving people wrong directions and knocking over kids' ice creams. Then I'll know that it's not real.
You know what? Christy would be out there telling people, "Hey, you won the Million Dreams. Show up at Cinderella's castle at 6 o'clock.
Somebody will meet you."
That's what Christy would be doing. Oh, I'm so sorry I even said that in the air. Because now she's going to have an idea. Oh, I see a fun activity for Mouse Fest coming up.
Oh, God.
Deb, what are some other observations that you made?
Let me interrupt you for a second. In addition to the big dreams that everyone's talking about, the thing that we're getting so much mail about are all the magical moments. This is the part of Walt Disney World that I think is key. This is the essence of Walt Disney World. What I remember from when I've gone a long time ago is that there is so much magic everywhere. People are getting surprises, not just in the theme parks, but at the resorts. We're talking about kids and adults and just all kinds of things, becoming family of the hour or chef of the day or being part of the parade or answer this trivia question. We'll give you a free frozen Mickey bar. All kinds of wonderful things are happening, and the emails we're getting from folks are just so incredibly positive that I'm thinking this is really going to be a great thing that they're doing.
I hope it sounds like it's a great thing so far. I mean, certainly the lower level things. I mean, I think that this is going to be a very interesting celebration. This isn't going to be something that we've seen before by any means. Mike Scopo, why don't you tell us about Food and Wine?
Well, I've been in Epcot only for a couple hours. It was last night, and I walked around World Showcase, and I noticed that, and I'll be really interested to hear Deb's comment, that the kiosks that are normally out where you can try these little samplings of foods from around the world seemed like they've upped the prices a little bit this year, and it hasn't stopped people. There are long lines. It looks like there are, I should say, better selection. It looks like there are different things to try. I didn't get to try any of them. The kiosks look like they're all very uniform. In years past, they looked a little bit different, but it's pretty well put together. There's a lot of areas that you can do some wine testing, and I believe the Fountain View Express has an area where you can go in and you can do some wine tasting. It looks pretty good. It wasn't too crowded. I walked by the Eat to the Beat concert, and Mickey Thomas and Starship were playing. I think one of Len's favorite groups, Loverboy's, coming in a couple of days.
Cannot wait. Actually, I don't know if you guys know this, but Darcy, an official guide, Darcy.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's apparently a huge Starship fan. I'm like, I didn't know that anyone was actually a Starship fan.
Yeah. So. Yeah, and it looked as though they've done some work with that theater too. So that's pretty cool too. They've added some lighting and stuff that they didn't have before. So I'm sorry, Deb.
Some of the festival booths are actually utilizing a ticket system for paying and getting your food. Unlike last year, where I think almost every single booth just had long lines because people were paying and ordering and receiving all.
Right.
Places like Canada and some others have a cash register and a cast member out in front, and you pay and you get a ticket, and then you give the ticket to the person up and receive your food, which we saw mixed results about. Some of the booths that was working really well, and others it didn't seem to matter. The lines were really long. We also saw over the weekend very long lines at the Odyssey for the complimentary food and cooking event. That traditionally happens, so we encourage people, if you want to go to those, you need to get over there about a good 45 minutes early. As we always suggest, go during the week, during the day, if at all possible, because those will be your least crowded times. We've had some great reviews on the special ticketed events, and we've had a few boondoggles that we were part of over the weekend, so be sure and talk to folks before you plunk down your hard-earned money for some of these events. Party for the Senses was as incredible as ever. They upped the price to $125 this year, but to me it was still worth every penny. I did not taste anything I didn't like. The food was amazing. Not sure there were as many wines or as better quality wines as there had been in the past, but overall it was a wonderful, wonderful evening, and I still think it's the best bet for your money if you want to splurge on one of the hard-ticketed events.
Great. And Len, have you heard any reports? I know you. I guess since Darcy was there, she was doing research for you.
That's right. We had some of the unofficial guide researchers there throughout the week, doing photographs of some of the different dishes, getting menu photographs, menu prices, listening to Starship for some reason that I don't understand.
That's part of the touring plan, wasn't it?
Yeah, but what's the thrill there? I don't.
What?
I didn't understand the whole thing about Starship. What did they do? They did we built this city, which was voted isn't that what voted the worst rock
song.
and roll
Yeah.
record of all time? And I'm like, why would? I thought she was kidding when she said it. But we had the I know, but the fact that they're doing Epcot now, I guess, is a testament to how far they've fallen.
I mean, it was like being in a time warp. Went back to the '80s,
Hey, look.
I know you were just a child back then,
Exactly.
That's why you don't remember the songs.
But let's see, what else? Some comments that we got. Were the booths weren't decorated apparently as nicely this year, but I don't know if it's just because they've just started.
They look plain to me.
Scope, I think let's see, lobster roll was $6.50.
Yeah, that's the most expensive item.
$4.50 anymore. Australia has the wine walkabout, which is $7. There's a free seminar by Samuel Adams, once again the American patriot.
I didn't see any cows, Len.
Oh, that's right. Oh, was that you?
Yeah, that was
we had a cow incident a couple of years ago. Long story. It involved me. Scopa's got pictures.
Well, hold on, Len. I got to ask Deb the most important question. Deb, is Gravlax there?
No, I asked a specific question. Do you want to know what they have?
What they have?
A meatball with cauliflower, mashed potatoes, and gravy, and lingonberry mousse.
Boring.
It's a tiny tart berry tasting similar to a cranberry.
No Grand Black line.
Germany had, Deb, I don't know if you tried this. It's a pretzel roll with sausage and sauerkraut.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Which booth was that at?
German pretzel roll, sausage and sauerkraut. Deb.
China.
I'm looking.
China. Japan. Oh, Lord. It's late. It's late.
Go ahead, Len.
Turkey had a vine leaf stuffed with rice and stuffed with rice.
What did Mexico have?
Don't know if they got there. I asked them to describe all the
Probably
stuff
something with meat, cheese, and tortillas.
Yeah, exactly. Here's some sort of unleavened bread.
The chilaquiles, I guess that's how you say it. Pastry with chicken were outstanding. I had one of those over the weekend. That was it.
Which one was that? Where was that at?
Mexico. Chilaquiles, Chilaquiles.
For those on a Taco Bell menu coming soon. And Argentina had spicy beef empanada, and also marinated strawberries with basil. Strawberries and basil, I've seen that combination a couple times in the last few months.
At the end of the race for the taste, they will have kiosks in the runner's corral, and after we finish the race, we'll be able to go up and get some of this stuff for free. So it'll be interesting to see what. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they have. Last year they had, I don't remember, but last year they had like a huge tent, and on one side they had, okay, we've got this from. I think they had things from either Japan or China, and then they had something from Italy on one side, then they had something from Mexico on the other side, and it's great, it's like you just run 6 miles and you're hungry and you're tired and you're thirsty and you just feast. It's really that's really why I'm entering that race, to get the food.
Well, Deb, I appreciate you coming on the show to talk to us.
Thank you, Matt.
And of course, Deb's website is allearsnet. Mike Scopo will be in Disney World for another 3 months. And, that's it for us today. If you want to find older episodes, read our show notes, or send us your comments, visit the Walt Disney World Today website at wdwtoday.com. You can also email us at questions@wdwtoday.com. For Len Testo, Mike Newell, Mike Scopa, and Deb Wills, I'm Matt Hochberg. We'll see you on the next show.
On Saturday, October 7th, Mike Scopa will be running to help fight breast cancer. Please help Mike by clicking on the Race for the Cure link at www.wdwtoday.com. And thanks for your support.